Good morning, everybody. It's time for a little bit more story time with The Witch from Inside the Villains. Harry, are you ready? Bad fairy, sorceress, or evil stepmother. I've been given many names. I'm the unpredictable queen of spells. My magic potions, powerful and terrible. Let me transform creatures and things according to my fiendish desires. There is no limit to my wickedness. I hate people, and I often live alone in the depths of the woods. But this is your lucky day, or not. I've agreed to open my door to you and reveal all my charms. Come in, children, come in. My pockets are full of sweets, but beware all the same. You might find yourself turned into toads. Or cooked in my cauldron. Let's take a look inside, Harry. What have we got inside the witch?
Only in stories.
That's right, she is, isn't she? What's inside of her?
I see the pocket.
What's in the pockets? What are these? Sweets. Oh, look at it. What's wrong with her teeth? Sharp. What's in it? Oh.
My ones are squares that are already out here. These are my big girl ones.
That's right, and you get even bigger girl ones when you're a little bit older. Okay, shall we begin the story? Once upon a time, there lived a father and a mother who had a little boy. His name was Alyoshka. And one day, Alyoshka asked his parents if he could go fishing on the big lake. Absolutely not, replied his mother. You're too small, and you might fall overboard and drown. Alyoshka grumbled, raged, sulked so long and so well that in the end his mother said, Fine, off you go then. So the little boy climbed into his boat and commanded, Sail, little boat, sail far away. The boat sailed and sailed, all the way to the middle of the lake, and there Alyoshka started to fish. The hours slid by, and all of a sudden he heard his mother in the distance calling him, Alyoshka, Alyoshka, sail back to shore, it's midday, and lunch is ready. And so Alyoshka commanded, Sail, little boat, quickly back to shore, my mother is calling. And the boat returned to shore. Alyoshka jumped out, he gave the fish he had to his mother, ate and drank his fill, and then his mother let him go back out again. He climbed back into the boat and commanded, Sail, little boat, sail far away. Soon Alyoshka was fishing again, and the hours slid by, and all of a sudden, Harry, it was his father's voice he heard in the distance. Alyoshka, Alyoshka, sail back to shore, it's 4 o'clock and tea is ready. And so Alyoshka commanded, Sail, little boat, sail back to shore, it's 4 o'clock and tea is ready. The boat returned to shore.
I've got some paper to do some drawing later.
Oh, great. The boat returned to shore. Alyoshka jumped out, handed his father the fish he had caught, ate and drank his fill.
I'll get some paper for you.
Thanks, Harry. Then his father let him go out once more. He climbed back into the boat and commanded, Sail, little boat, sail far away. Now all that morning, Harry, a witch had been listening, lurking, hiding on the bank nearby, watching Alyoshka toing and froing with his parents. How she'd love to get her hands on that little boy and have a taste. So she stood on the bank, Harry, and she called out in her gravelly voice, Alyoshka, Alyoshka, sail back to shore. 6 o'clock and supper is ready. It didn't sound like his mother or his father, so Alyoshka commanded, Sail, little boat, sail further off. It's not my mother calling. It's not my father. It's the dreadful witch Baba Yaga I can hear. So the witch flew into a rage. She raced as fast as she could into a blacksmith and asked him to make her voice as sweet as that of Alyoshka's mother. Do it at once, she added, or I'll eat you up. The blacksmith obeyed and made her voice as sweet as Alyoshka's mother. So the witch returned to the shore and called out in honeyed tones, Alyoshka, Alyoshka, sail for shore, it's 8 o'clock and dinner is ready. Alyosha was fooled by this. He brought the boat into shore and soon found himself in Baba Yaga's sack. Back at her house, the witch ordered her daughter, Oksana, "Heat up the oven and put Alyosha in to roast. I'm going to fetch my dinner guests." Oksana kindled the oven and said to Alyosha, "Sit on the shovel so I can put you inside." "But I'm only little," replied Alyosha, "and I don't know how. Would you show me, please?" Oksana positioned herself on the shovel, and the next thing she knew, Alyosha had shoved her into the oven. Alyosha ran from the house and climbed to the tallest tree to hide. What do you think, Harry? Scary witch, isn't it? The witch arrived home and knocked at the door. Nobody answered. "That wretched daughter of mine must have gone out to play. Never mind. I'll climb in through the window."
Here's free paper so Mama can do some drawing as well.
Okay. Should we finish the story, though?
I'll put them over here.
Thanks, Ari. Then the witch opened the door to her guests, and once they were all seated, she took the dish out of the oven and placed it on the table. There was a great deal of drinking and feasting. Then everybody went outside and stretched out on the grass to enjoy the cool evening air.
The witch will be happy because there will be some dinner.
Yeah, but what's for dinner?
Oksana.
That's right. Here I lie, so relaxed, nicely stuffed with Alyosha. She sang to herself. From high up in his oak tree, Alyosha replied, "Stretch out, take your ease, but you're nicely stuffed with Oksana." The witch leapt up anxiously. "I heard a voice." I lost my place. "I heard a voice. It must have been the barn door creaking." Then she went back to her song. "Here I lie, so relaxed, nicely stuffed with Alyosha." But Alyosha replied again, "Stretch out, take your ease, but you're nicely stuffed with." Then the witch looked up and saw the small boy perched in the oak. She ran to the tree, gnawing at it, and began to gnaw at the trunk. But the tree was tough, and she lifted 2 front teeth embedded in the bark. So the witch ran over to the blacksmith in pain. "Blacksmith, blacksmith, make me some iron teeth at once, or I'll eat you up." The blacksmith made her 2 iron front teeth, and the witch gnawed and gnawed and gnawed at the oak until it was ready to collapse. Alyosha was about to be captured when he saw a flock of wild geese high in the sky. He called at the top of his voice, "Wild geese! Wild geese, carry me on your wings to my mother and father, and far from Baba Yaga." The wild geese approached. One goose plucked them up and threw him onto his back. Soon they were setting him down at his home in his garden. Through the window, Alyosha smelled the delicious aroma of pancakes, and he heard his mother say, Where could he be, our little boy, our darling Alyosha? Come on, old man. Let's share pancakes between us, and perhaps he'll sweeten our suffering a little. One for you, one for me." "And what about me?" said Alyosha. "Who's that calling?" asked his mother, going to the window. Alyosha's father and mother, delighted to see the little boy, took him in their arms, and Baba Yaga was never heard from again. And so, this is where the story ends. I'm interested to know what you thought of Baba Yaga. This is the story that my mother used to read to me when I was young, and she didn't have a book. She used to just read it off the top of her head. And there's a lot more to learn about Baba Yaga. For example, her house. Fun fact, it was actually on chicken legs, and there was a skull that had a password out the front that you had to say to get the house to sit down.
You remember I watched it with you on your phone?
That's right, we watched the story of Baba Yaga. There's some stuff on YouTube. Anyway, there's plenty of stuff on the internet. Would love to know what you think. And furthermore, a question for you. Did you like the ending? It seemed kind of convenient that wild geese seemed to be flying by just as Alyosha was about to meet his end. Anyway, see you next story time. You gonna wave goodbye, Harry?
I'm going to swing from that.
Another time we can.